Spirits Got You Down? California Intuitive Dana Grant meets Southern Psychic Allie Divine as they discuss and lead you through all things divine. Let them be your guides in Spirit Unlimited.
Allie, 'tis the season. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas month. Happy December.
Yeah. Merry December. There we go. Merry December.
Yeah. The season of miracles is what we're going to be talking about today. I am so excited to talk to you about this because this is the time when I think people expect if there's going to be a miracle, it's going to happen in December.
I agree. If not, at least that's their focus of hope.
Exactly.
It's like a month of hope and a month
It's
of
an
miracles.
anchor of hope into the month of December that, you know what? Whether they're religious, spiritual, connected to the universe, God, whatever it is, it's a season of hope.
I agree.
Where people just go a little bit extra. So today, I'm so excited to talk to you about miracles. And I'm so excited to ask you about, I know, Allie, I'm going to put you on the hot seat today. I want to know about, I know
Here
you
we
hate it
go
when I
again.
do that. Here we go again.
My miracle. Come through with this.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I wasn't going to ask you for a miracle, but now that you said that, I think I would like a miracle today. You know, can you just perform a miracle? Oh, you know, that's a good, I'm glad you led into that. But if there could be a miracle, what could you tell me today that could be like miraculous?
Miraculous.
That might be life-changing for me or information. What could you like pull out of your hat that could?
I was going to say it would probably be more like miraculous with me. You know what I'm saying? Oh gosh, girl. All I can tell you is it may be a miracle to you, but I don't know. I think you are going to have the best soaring year coming up next year.
Oh, 2024.
I keep seeing things falling off into the right places with you.
Ooh, this is interesting. The turn the turn we took into me getting some kind of reading out of the great Allie Divine. Look at that! I just got a nugget. You gave me tingles on that because I think that leads us into what it takes to get here and how miracles happen. I believe that we cultivate and we build and we stay the course and we trust the process.
That's right.
And we believe in the faith. Yes. And then all of a sudden it's just available to us. And we're like, how did that happen? But all along we stayed the course.
I agree. And sometimes we will argue and say, well, we're not ready. We're ready.
Yeah.
Otherwise it wouldn't be happening.
Are we doing a bait and we're going to flip here. Allie, you want to ask me any questions?
Gosh. I could probably sit here and ask you 1,000, but I think, I don't know. How's my business looking? How is my...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So interesting. It's almost like you're mind reading. I mean, if people have watched or listened to our show, they know that we have discussed nothing prior, that we ad-lib all of this. It's just an energy vibration that we pull from. And what I was exactly thinking and where I exactly went was your business. Not your personal life. I went to your business and I went to expansion. Like, what it showed me, what Spirit showed me was a big fountain, like a European fountain. They're so beautiful there. And someone poured some bubbles in it and it just kept bubbling and expanding. So for you, absolutely. 2024 is expansion. That even our podcast, this little podcast that just seems to people just, but the expansion, hey, your guide's showing me bubbles and fountains and water and flow, but the bubbles just, well, they're cheerful, they're joyful, they're high vibrational. Yeah. It's just like fun and it's playful. And that's where I want you to stay this next year. In 2024, I want you to lighten up. You're so connected to Spirit. I want you to have fun with it again. I want you to work less, play more, and let the bubbles flow from the fountain. How's that?
I like that. I'm going to take that one and I'm going to keep it.
I like that.
You know what? I like it.
I'm going to take that.
I'm going to claim it, as I say. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to claim it.
And my mother used to always say that, if you want that, claim it. So,
Hey, that's life coaching 101. If you hate,
oh,
and
yeah.
it's a universal law. Well, let's face it, it's a universal law.
It's true. That is true. So, by
If
golly,
you
I'm
don't
claiming
claim it,
it's not yours.
yeah, it's
You've
not
got
yours.
that's
Yeah.
right. You have to put that claim on it.
We should talk about that. It's kind of like a lottery ticket. You might win the friggin' lottery, but unless you claim that ticket,
it's not going to be valid. It's just a ticket. It's a piece of paper.
yeah, energetically, it's just a piece of paper. It's just a ticket.
Yeah.
You
If you didn't claim, all of your great accomplishments, none of them ever would have existed. Ever.
Yeah. Well, it's easy because the psyche can, Well, the psyche can dismiss. We can dismiss. The ego can dismiss. If we've got those, let's not do life coaching 101 here.
That's right.
But we all know that if we have not validated in our worthiness, we can dismiss a lot, and we're never putting money in the bank. And that's our emotional bank. And that's and I think miracles cultivate there. And, it just feels, this season really does this year, feels like we're on the brink of, it does. It feels like we're in this vibrational level that people want goodness. They want to call in more. They need it. They need it. So I'm going to put you on the hot seat right now, and I'm going to ask you, when did you experience your last miracle? Because we work in the realm of the impossible. We work in the realm that people can't see. It's energetic. It's a field of energy where miracles actually cultivate.
They do. They really
I don't need any validation, but I want you to knock me on my socks here. Yeah.
What you mean, like client bases? It's really, gosh. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but there's so many.
Toot your own horn.
When people,
toot your own horn.
When people look at you, okay, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, now I believe." And I always tell them, I don't want you to believe in me. With the information that I give you, I'm just that messenger.
Oh, Allie, I love that. I don't want you to believe in me.
No, just believe. I never want people to believe in me. I want them to have their own faith, their own grounding. And I
their own trust, in this.
And I always say there's no luck. It's blessings. Okay.
However, you have to admit, Ellie, we lend people our faith. We lend them our vision. Even as a life coach, I lend them my courage. Yeah.
Because there's the one that sends out to me is a client who had no thought, no hope, one, of going on, two, of not believing that there's anything else out there than this, this earthly realm.
Right.
And I was talking to them and I could tell they was paying close attention. And then long story short, I asked them, I said, does any of that ring a bell? Does any of that resonate? And they're like, there's no way you could have known that. I said, I don't know that. Your angels know that. God knows that. Your faith, your belief.
Knows that.
And
spirituality.
That's right. The reason you're here is because everything in your life is going wrong because you're lost.
Yeah.
You're lost. And when I say that, means you have no faith, you have no belief, no grounding.
Right.
Okay?
So interesting. Yeah. Tell me more. Expand on that a little bit more. I want to hear more about that because I've been challenged this week. I was asked to go on a larger podcast and someone said, well, do you know that he's very faith-based? And you're a little bit woo-woo. And I'm like, whoa.
Yes, I was going to say, whoa, not woo-woo.
No, whoa, not woo-woo, whoa. I'm extraordinarily faith-based.
Oh my gosh, and that's the reason
this is exactly why we clicked. You work in the light, the angels. It's what resonated with me. And the truth that comes through that speaks to me from you is incredible. And your accuracy, mind-blowing. Let's just face it. Mind-blowing. There's some people that are so connected to source, the angels, and this is a God-given gift. And people can you're thankful for that. You're grateful for that.
And I always count my blessings, and I know you do too. And again, that's the reason we click well with this. And we never stay on track. We go where we're pulled.
Where we're pulled. Yeah, that's what's so fun.
About laying the track down for us. Team,
we're all over the place.
But and I get that because I do feel like, because I'm one of these, I do not watch news. I do
Yeah.
not watch even new television shows. That way I can't handle those vibrations of the
Well, because
energy.
you absorb it, and
Yes, exactly.
it makes you vibrate. Yeah. Yeah.
And then these
There's
people come to
absolutely, it's
me,
got to be limited.
yeah, who have experienced, watching these things and informing themselves, which
Hmm.
is fine. But see, then they get lost up in that. And they're looking for
Yeah.
me to give them that answer, that hope. And I'm
That
like,
grounding.
it's like I can explain that to you, and I can help you open, if you will,
Yeah.
more of your fine tune your vision.
You
Okay.
know, Allie, let's pause right there. You just opened up a door for me.
Damn
And
it.
yeah, you did. You just opened it up, but I'm going to ask you some more questions
Mhm.
about this.
Sure.
In the world we live in right now, we have several wars going on. We see the political wars going on. The world is heavy. We are post COVID. It is heavy energetically, and we both feel it.
Yeah.
What is a recipe that we can give hope? You know, I know we can't deliver miracles on this 20-minute show, but
Right.
we can deliver some tools on a miraculous season of what people can do, because you are very dialed in to your angels. You're very dialed in to your truth. So let's call it, and I know you have to be with the amount of clients you see and process, you've got to stay where? What can we give people today that can give them a miraculous season so they could experience more hope, more
Oh,
grounding?
I would love to be able to teach people to just walk into that faith and to open up to that,
Right.
to open up to their belief systems, whatever they want to call it, as long as it's in that light. They should. And I got a question, Dana. I mean, I've crossed a lot of clients and a lot of just people, and
Right.
I'm not so sure that everybody feels it. Do you understand what I'm getting at? I know I'm getting a little off here, but
No,
you
you're
and
not.
I,
I'm following. I'm
see,
following.
that's what I'm wanting people to do. I'm wanting them to feel spirit
Yeah.
like we do.
Trust
I feel,
spirit. Feel
yes,
it. Trust
I
it.
feel the warmth. I feel the comfort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That the trusting, almost like I know, I'm safe. And I want them
Right.
to know that too, no matter what the outcome of things,
Hmm.
you're safe. When you have that balance, that faith, you're safe.
Hmm.
You know,
And
people ask me,
a lot of peace in that. A lot of that's,
yes,
peace upon, I mean, look at what the season is.
that's right.
It's a season
And
of peace, what
but
people mostly want.
it saddens me. And
Mm.
Christmas, the season, and I finally figured, I'm so glad you brought this up, Dana. I finally figured out why I get so sad, and it just hit me just now. It's because
Ah,
all of those people out there that aren't feeling it. Do you see what I'm getting
right.
at? They're not feeling
Because they've got the
that
weight of the
Christmas
world.
spirit. Yes.
Well,
Instead of
it's
giving it up
heavy.
and
It's gotten
yeah,
heavy. Yeah.
yeah. Instead of
Right.
trusting and saying, here you go. Now what do I need to do?
Okay.
Help me
So yeah. So
navigate.
let's look. Well,
And
let's
that's what
look
they
at
have to
the
do.
most. Well, my favorite movie and the most famous movie I think of all time. I think it's 1949, but It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart.
Yes.
I watch it.
Love Jimmy
I
Stewart.
watch it all year long, not just Christmas. The hope, the despair,
Oh, I
the
know.
dreams lost, the gratitude, the shift, what we need to do. And I mean, I go to sleep. Okay, I'm just gonna tell it. I go to sleep every night. There's 3 movies I watch. I watch The Bishop's Wife, It's a Wonderful Life.
And she's thinking of the other one.
No, I'm not. I'm like, do I share? Do I share? Do I share? They're going to be like,
because
she lives
mine
in a
is
different
Christmas
time.
story. Mine's a Christmas story, so go for it.
Yeah. Well, this one isn't a Christmas movie, but but A Bishop's Wife I watch all year long, and I think it's 1940s too. A Christmas Story is lovely. I like that. But no, I watched The Heiress with Olivia de Havilland. It's 1949. Yeah. There's a cycle of movies, and so our brain gets trained, and every night I go to sleep before the music ends. To Kill a Mockingbird is also one. for years before
Yes.
she finished the intro. I was asleep. I'm so trained, and this is the way I've. But I'm going to say I love waking up at different parts of the movie, and then I shut it off. But it's so comforting. It's so loving, so
It is.
peaceful for me.
The way it should be.
Yeah.
And I think that is some really good advice for people who's having, overwhelming and like you said, that
Yeah.
heavy
It's
load.
hopeful. It's full of
Why?
hope. It's full of love. It's full of
Yes.
connection. It's full of angels. I mean, look
Yes.
at both movies. I've got Angel,
Yes.
Clarence the angel.
Oh my gosh.
I
was gonna
adore
say
him.
Charlie, but yeah, Clarence, that's right.
Yeah,
And I think
Clarence,
it's
and
amazing.
then we have the other angel who is Cary Grant in the Bishop's Wife. I adore him in that movie. He's just
See, I love
there's just
those old shows.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can.
it
I
is
can
not a
stare-
show. It is a movie.
It's a movie. Sorry.
Iconic.
Yeah, I can like step back in time to where I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not.
Or
I don't
it's
know.
timeless,
It
hope,
is.
despair.
It is.
You can take It's a Wonderful Life from all those years ago and put it in today's scenario. I mean, the fear of bankruptcy, the fear of jail, the fear of all these worldly things we carry, and the hopes and dreams that we think are gone, and they're not.
No, and the thing is, you think about that for a second. The same issues that he was going with, the same stressors, we're all dealing with those same things now.
Well, not only that, Allie, and this
And
is why,
more.
when we do readings, people come to us with that kind of despair sometimes.
They do.
There's loss, there's grief, and you always, I always say you go the extra mile because you work through, you identify, and you give hope. There isn't anyone that I haven't ever sent to you for a reading where they don't come back and they say, I've got such clarity, such hope, including me. It was like,
It makes me feel good. That makes me feel
well,
really good.
you know what? Good. Well, I didn't do it to make you feel good. It's truthful, but I love that I get to support you in a way that you need to be supported because I adore you, because the work you do in the world, how connected, your integrity, all of that matters. And even in the movie, even It's a Wonderful Life, his integrity, like if
Oh my
no one has
gosh.
watched this movie out there, if all our Spirit Unlimited people out there, which you know what,
I wish they would all
don't
watch it. We need to binge watch this.
Oh yeah,
or
you know
whatever
what?
you
We
call
should
it.
actually show little clips of this. But you know what we didn't do, Ellie? We didn't say welcome, all you Spirit Unlimited people. We
No,
dove right in.
because
Our
we was
guides and our
ready.
angels just went boom. Yeah,
Because
they were ready.
And I'm glad you said that because we do need to give credit to these awesome, created beings that was created for all of us.
Oh, yeah.
These angels.
Yeah.
Because that's our support line.
Yeah. And as well as I do today, energetically, we could say it's retrograde. It's just, I've had back-to-back clients and was late. Thank you for waiting for me, by the way. But
I was just happy I was
it's-
early.
That's
my miracle. I showed up on time. Ellie.
But I'm going to say, that I was very guided today by guides, angels. It was a very angelic day I had to pull on that just due to the stress of such an incredibly demanding week. And I just thought I have to surrender. And I think surrendering to the season means I'm going to go with the flow. Everything doesn't have to be done. I don't have to make that incredible dinner. I don't have to bring out my china. I don't have to decorate more. I don't have to do anything. And there's a miracle in itself, just giving ourselves the grace to enjoy, to be peaceful, to read, to just be.
And
Just
so many
be.
people, they need to hear that and apply that, and claim that what you just said, because that's beautiful. And because I think we all get so wrapped up in the hustle, really truly in the bus. I'm running here, running there, and it takes every bit of the Christmas spirit out.
Well, you want to know something? I have not shopped at all this year. I have not been to one store, with the exception of in Italy. I did bring back I brought back Christmas presents from Italy, but outside of that, not one. I just decided.
I haven't got a tree yet,
Oh, well, you saw my tree. I have them. Because I was in Italy so long ago, I bought a monster tree that is so big. And you know how expensive trees are. These things are hundreds I had to cut off. And I'm like, how much money is that? I just cut. It was so big. I didn't gauge it right. For the first year ever, I'm always like spot on. I'm known for that. It's a monster tree. It's
Not me.
huge.
It always looks so much littler out there in the field, before we go get it. It always looks so tiny. So I've learned to kind of gauge it.
So you cut them. Do you go to a Christmas tree farm
Always,
and cut?
always, yes.
Oh.
So I've learned, because my husband's about 6 foot. So I've learned if it's just not too much over David, I'm good. But if it's way over his head, it's not going to fit through my French doors. It's not going to stand up in my living room, and my ceilings are like 10, 11 foot tall. But
Allie, I bought a 15-foot tree that has a berth on it that is so big. I call her a
Bertha?
big girl. I say, I just said, she's a beautiful girl. She's a big girl. She is big and bold and full. And every time I go in there, I'm like, that's right. That's right. I picked you. I picked you. You're meant to be here. She's taking half my living room, but she's by the fire. And I keep moving her over in the glass doors. But she's ginormous. But you know what? There's something when I look at her that feels hopeful. It makes me feel that, and I always put an angel on top, and I put, a red bird this year. I put a red bird.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, what does that mean, Allie? Oh, Allie, tell me why I did that. Why did I put a red bird on top of my tree?
I think it is because you can feel the shift, you can feel the changes and the hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, birds have always delivered amazing messages for us. Even pigeons, doves.
What am I doing here?
All of these things, and so you're bringing that into your tree. And you're saying, I'm bringing it in. I'm bringing that hope in.
Okay, no one knows this, and you haven't seen my tree. No. But what I designed my tree with, and I ordered from Sundance last year, was a lot of birds. But even on TV, I've never hit that QR code and bought birds. But I bought felt doves. My tree is full of birds, doves, white birds, red birds, huge peacock tails. All I have is birds all over I have other things as well, but birds dominate my tree. And how could you know that? You couldn't know. I haven't shown it yet.
No, but they show me little snippets, and to me, that right there, and the amount of birds that you have, to me, that means you want to bring in hope, not just for Dana, not just for Dana's family, but for everyone. Yeah,
for everyone.
Your clients, the people you don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
Clients that are yet to come, those people that you're yet to help, that I'm yet to help. So to me, that's the symbolicness of
the birds.
Yeah.
So see, there's no message wasted. There's no hope wasted. No. There's no miracle. So we do things subliminally, and we navigate. Yeah. I just called in the birds. I just called in the birds.
Come on, birds, let's go.
But what you just said was so symbolic of how I feel and how we navigate. And I love that. So we're going to leave our people with this today. The miracles happen when we trust and we call in.
Yes. And when we accept.
And we look for the signs, and we don't know why we're doing what we're doing, but we trust that. I didn't know why I bought all those damn birds, but I trusted it. I trusted it. Yeah. And I'm like, why? And I as I was unpacking, I'm like, what? Where did I buy all these felt doves? Yeah. Well, I'm like, boy, that's a lot of birds. And then I just started, and I'm like, well, and my daughter is here, and she said, Mom, that's a lot of birds. Yep, it's going to be a bird tree. And not only a bird tree, it's going to be a bird. It looks like a redwood tree in my living room.
I love it. That's awesome.
Oh, and then of course, we had the owl situation, going in my redwood trees the other night that I taped. Yes. It's a bird season. So, I just connected like 15 dots. It went boom, just like that.
That is
brilliant.
Wonderful.
All because you told me what the birds were about. And so we're going to thank all our Spirit Unlimited people. We're frozen. So we love you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Christmas. Whatever you're celebrating, we are absolutely there for you.
Yes. And God bless. Thank you.
Yes. Bye, Allie.
Bye, Dana.